Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about Ronald Koeman's renewal because look, right now we are in Koeman's second season and many of us did think that by this time Koeman would not be here. We thought that his continuity would not be existing through Joan Laporta's first season in charge because look, last season this Barcelona club under Ronald Koeman, they did not deliver the results that was necessary against these small clubs, like tying against Cadiz 1-1 back on February 2021, losing against Granada, tying against Levante, we lost against Celta. All of these points that we have lost and who we lost to basically gave us the result of us not winning La Liga. Like that is the reason why Barcelona were not able to win 2 titles in one season. It is because we lost and tied against teams like this who were mid to lower table clubs. And because of these results, because Barcelona has failed so many times, many of us were thinking, okay, Ronald Koeman may actually be sacked in his first season. But if you were to really think about it, right, there were actually no conditions that had to be met last season for Koeman, and it had to do with a variety of reasons. Point number 1, Barcelona had issues going on in the offices. They were trying to figure out who was going to be the next president, where were they going to hold the presidential conferences, and then going on to point number 2, Barcelona were going into debt. We were 1 billion in debt. We had to figure out ways on how Barcelona can be financially stable again, and then moving on to point number 3, Ronald Koeman was asking this club many times, can you strengthen this area? Because this team was struggling in different areas, like in the striker position, the center back position. But Barcelona did tell Ronald Koeman back on September and October 2020 that we do not have enough funds in order to invest on a striker or a center back at this very moment. But now that we are in this current season, now that we have finished this transfer window, now there are going to be conditions that Ronald Koeman is going to have to meet. And the only reason why this club is finally giving Koeman certain grades that he will have to meet, it is because this squad has finally strengthened. This squad is a much more improved all around compared to the previous season, because Koeman was given Luke de Jong, Memphis Depay, Sergio Aguero. You have 3 players that you did not have in the previous season, and you were asking for a striker back on October and September. So you have 3, and then we also do have Eric Garcia. Now many are going to be saying, but Koeman never wanted Eric Garcia. He wanted a world-class center back, but Ronald Koeman specifically said back on October 2020 that he wanted a player like Eric Garcia. He wanted a center back, and now you do have that player in your disposal. So now that we have given Koeman exactly what he does need, now there is no more excuses. Now what this club is asking from Koeman is going to be this, and it says here according to Adria Albets, within the club there has been some talks regarding Koeman's continuity. It is conditioned based on the titles that he does win, how the team plays on the pitch, and commitment to strategic issues, like for example actually having Ricky Puig on the field. And then we also do have other sources coming from Fernando Polo, who has stated almost the exact same thing. Koeman has to meet certain conditions, which is to point number 1, win titles. Point number 2, be committed to the style of play, which is the 4-3-3. And point number 3, stick to the team's structure, like counting on the young players like Nico Gonzalez, Jandro Orellana, Ricky Puig, Alejandro Balde, and many more. So look, first things first, if we're going to be talking about Koeman actually winning titles with this squad in this current season, it is very much possible, because if Koeman can win the Copa del Rey in the last season with the squad that he did have, he could actually win more titles, because this team again has been strengthened all around. But this time Koeman is going to have to win these titles and win even more without the presence of Antoine Griezmann and Messi, 2 players who were in this squad and was the reason why Ronald Koeman had that chance to win the Copa del Rey. But because Griezmann and Messi will not be here in this season, this is where the coach is going to have to step up and mold this team in order for this team to continue to bring the exact same results. That is what makes a coach a great coach, is to continue to adapt to the circumstances that you are given. And let me tell you, the quality that we do have in this team, there should be no excuses. This team can still bring the exact same numbers, the exact same creative chances, assists, goals that Griezmann and Messi were giving out. But it is going to be taking more players in order to do so. But it can still very much happen. And this does correlate and translate towards the 4-3-3 formation, being committed to the style of play. If Ronald Koeman wants to get the best out of these players and produce a great amount of creative chances and goal scoring chances and bringing these assists and goals that Griezmann and Messi were bringing, then you're going to have to stick to the 4-3-3, because this would allow you to bring in Memphis Depay, Ansu Fati, Dembele, or Demir in that front 3. And as for the midfield, you would be able to introduce many players like Gavi, Puig, Nico, Jandro, who are all very familiar to the style of play that Barcelona should be playing, and you would be getting the most out of this midfield. So it is very much doable. Ronald Koeman can actually have a very successful season. If Ronald Koeman can build a 4-3-3 formation position with this Barcelona squad, a team that wants to dominate the ball, a team that always wants the ball, a team that plays vertical football, then the results will come. But if he continues to do what he did in the previous season, like go back into a 4-4-2 only because you are so scared of the opposition, only because you think that Neymar and Kylian Mbappe and Lewandowski are going to hurt you, and then you switch your style of play, then you're going to be losing games. Because this team that you have right now, the players, they're not built for that type of formation. This club, Barcelona, with the type of players that we do have, we are conditioned to bring the game towards them, towards the opposition. But if Koeman does not do that, and he wants to continue to bring some sort of different identity towards this Barcelona squad, then eventually that is going to translate towards you losing games and not winning titles. And that will get Koeman sacked. And let me tell you, the people like Joan Laporta, Mateo Alemán, Ramon Planes, Jordi Cruyff, they're all going to be analyzing what Koeman will be doing from today until the end of December 2021. If things get very complicated, if Barcelona cannot produce and we end up being second place within the group and we lose games against Cádiz and Granada and Levante, then that will lead towards this club having to make a very difficult decision. And let me tell you guys, it's going to be very complicated for Barcelona to actually rehire a different manager in January 2021 in the middle of the season. Like, it's not that easy. Like, if Joan Laporta and the rest of the team want to prepare, if Koeman does not deliver for Barcelona, then they're going to have to plan right now, like right now. And it does have to be a well thought out plan for this Barcelona club to have a smooth transition in the middle of the season. Like, be sure that Xavi Hernandez is going to be more than ready to take on this team. If it's not going to be Xavi Hernandez, if Xavi Hernandez says, I do not want to go to Barcelona for this specific reason, then have your plan B and plan Z. Could it be Lucho? Who is Luis Enrique? Could it be Ten Hag from Ajax? There is a tremendous amount of coaches that could be ready to take on this team. Or it could maybe be some German coach, which Joan Laporta does highly favor. So that is just where we do stand. We have to know that Koeman does have the material to be a very good team. This is going to be the conclusion, right? We know that Koeman has the material to be a very solid team, a very strong team, a team that can compete, but we also do have to be very well prepared in case things do actually go wrong, because now we do have limitations. Now Koeman does have certain goals to meet. Again, because it is so clear that Barcelona have strengthened certain areas in this squad and this team still cannot perform, then I am very sorry to say that Koeman is just not the coach to actually lead this Barcelona club into glory. And please do not give me the excuse of, oh, but we're not going to be having Messi. Like, Koeman is going to be having a tough time because Messi's not going to be there. Like, do not give me that excuse, right? Because Koeman himself also made it very public that one of his excuses is Messi not even being there. Like, the fact that he even said towards the audience and the press that, yeah, you could really tell that Messi is not in this team. Like, that is just a mentality that would not bring Barcelona to a very dominant position. Like, please do not be here and convince me, like, do not try to convince me that this team cannot win or compete very well without Lionel Messi. There is just no excuses. Bayern Munich did not have the best player in the world. Chelsea did not have the best player in the world. Liverpool did not have the best player in the world. As a matter of fact, the best player in the world scored 2 goals against Liverpool at the Camp Nou, and then in the next game, the fact that Liverpool made the decision to act as a team, they knocked out Barcelona with Messi. So please do not give me that excuse, because if there was one thing that we must know in football is that nothing will beat a team that plays as a team, that plays as a unit, right? If there is unity within that squad, that team will really go far. And that is the one thing that I do ask coming from this Barcelona team, because we have the material, we have the opportunity to be a very solid team. But if it cannot happen, if the mentality is not right and you continue to make excuses, then difficult decisions are going to have to be made. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.